Man, I really love hentai. I wish there was a way I could share my love of hentai with the people of YouTube, but Susie doesn't like hentai. Wait, that's it. The next best thing. Hello and welcome back to Socks and Sandals. Today I'm going to be doing my top 5 ecchi manga. I of course did my top 10 hentai video, but it had to be heavily censored, and so I'm doing ecchi manga, not really hentai manga. Most of them, only one really, like, you know, kind of skirts the line between hentai and just plain ecchi. Starting off at number 5, Lust Geas. So Lust Geas is an ecchi manga. It is the one that skirts the line. It involves a boy who purchases a gift for his childhood friend for her birthday. He secretly has a crush on her. She secretly has a crush on him. You know, typical manga, anime, romance bullshit. She's heavily into the occult and supernatural, so he visits like a curios and relics shop and finds a book. He doesn't know what it is. He knows nothing about it. And when he talks to the shopkeeper, of course she's gonna fucking tell him anything he wants to hear, because, well, for one, a shopkeeper's gonna want you to buy their product, but also turns out she's some sort of demon, and the book he purchases is the Lust Geas. So he gives it to his friend, and she, like, the night after he gives it to her, she dreams of, like, I think assaulting him in bed. I think because she does the typical childhood friend thing of going over there and waking him up, and the dream she has is her waking him up by fucking him. And that's the thing. So I'm trying to jump ahead too much. After that, they discover that this uncontrollable lust can be cured by relieving yourself, you know, not like urinarily or fecally. I don't know if you can verbalize those things, but I don't even think verbalize is the right... Anyway, whatever. So she has to come in order to not want to fuck anything that moves. So he helps her out, she helps him out, but it soon gets to be not enough. I don't know if it's revealed in this issue, but so it gets to the point where they're having like dry hump sex sessions. There's never actually any intravaginal sex, but it's revealed that if he comes, or I think penetrates, or whatever, his one true love, they'll both die. So, you know, this is just volume 1, and of course in any typical ecchi harem anime manga, there are going to be other characters introduced. So as the volumes progress, there are more and more girls that come in contact with this Lust Geas, and they get added to his harem, and he's having to sexually release all of these other girls, and as they do this, they all develop different personalities. You know, she's the typical good student, straight A's, straight-laced, but when she comes in contact with the Lust Geas, she wants to do things, you know, like masturbate in the classroom, but she is her best friend, and she gets off on the fact that she's sleeping. So they end up dating, this glasses chick and the main protagonist, but the class rep gets a kick out of sleeping with her best friend's boyfriend, so that's cool. That's a thing, and that's part of the reason why it's at number 5. It has fantastic art. It like I said, does blur the line. There are actual sex scenes in it, but it doesn't show any pubic area. I don't like adultery in really anything. I don't know. Of course, he's just a big old hornball, and he confuses lust for love. Like, that's the thing. If you penetrate your one true love, you'll both die. And he's confusing that, and I know that's a main plot point. But, you know, all the while he's like, oh, man, what's-her-face can't find out. I want to say Chitose, but I don't know if that's right. But he still sleeps with all of these other girls. Yeah, they'll fucking end up dying from too much lust, but, you know, anyone can do it. You can just find them, you know, someone suitable to do it. Or at least fucking tell your girlfriend. But he doesn't, and that really bothers me, so that's why it's at number 5 and isn't higher. But the art's fantastic. You know, great ecchi material there. If it ends like the hentai manga of this style, it's not going to be good. It's probably going to end up like School Days, where the main character dies and, you know, all of these other people, my best guess is that the glasses chick here is going to find out that he's sleeping with all of these other women and kill him. That's just how these manga go. Number 4, we have Booty Royale. Never go down without a fight. This is an omnibus. I don't know if the, like, just singular manga volumes are sold in the States. This one is probably the most raunchy, non-hentai manga I've ever read. This one also, I guess I lied. There are more than one that skirt the line. It does have sex, of course, doesn't show any genitalia. It's got, so, let me read the synopsis. 18-year-old karate expert Haebaru Misora moves to Tokyo to pursue her dream of becoming a famous singer. Unfortunately, her sleazy handlers trick her into the adult entertainment industry instead. Her only way out is to survive a martial arts tournament where she must fight her way through 100 lustful male opponents. If she loses, she will pay the ultimate erotic price. So, by the synopsis, I thought that was gonna be the story. Like, it was gonna be a raunchy, erotic fighting manga, but I think that's just like the first chapter. She beats all 100 dudes in the first chapter. So the rest of it is just her experiences within this adult industry. She's, what they call a gravure, I don't know how you pronounce that word, idol, where she takes, you know, scantily clad pictures to be put in magazines and such, kind of like Maxim. But they're trying to get her to start doing porn. And she's still a virgin. She doesn't want her first time being in a porn, so she's constantly denying that. But, like, everything is... There's a scene in it where, like, one of her jobs is to do this sort of... Like, there's millionaires just watching... It was supposed to be just like a striptease, but they end up... So, like, 2 of the other girls, one is a competitive eater. They end up fucking those 2 other girls, without consent, mind you. She gets out with her chastity still intact. But it was crazy. I was like, it just takes so many left turns. And there's another scene. She's at, like, an actor's party, and she meets this famous actor, and, you know, he's one of the hot guys in the film industry, and he seems so charming, and so she's willing to give him her first time, and they go up to his hotel room, and he starts freebasing cocaine. Like, what the hell? It's so crazy. I definitely want to get the second omnibus of it, but on Right Stuff Anime, it's been sold out. I could probably buy it off of Amazon or something, but it was like, it doesn't shy away from swearing. Like I said, it shows sex without pubic genitalia. It had the drug use in it. Like, the dude just pulls out a fucking just straight up crack pipe and just starts, you know, fucking doing crack. It's, you know, it's great. It's funny. Definitely recommend this one. I don't know when it came out. The art style does look to be a little older, probably like early 2000s. I don't know if that's when it came out. That could just be the art style. But it's good. I highly recommend it. And third, you know, you've probably heard of it. It had 2 seasons of anime. I don't think they did well, but it's a testament of, I can never fucking pronounce it properly. The Testament of Sister New Devil, Storm. So this is the spin-off manga. The Testament of Sister New Devil, just the normal series. It has more fighting. I've read the first volume. Again, it came out a long time ago, but the second volume is always sold out on Right Stuff Anime, so I haven't been able to get it. But I've read online, and I've read all of these. I think there's 5 issues. These are all of the, just, if you've seen the anime, it's just all of the ecchi scenes from the anime. Just in these volumes. So you don't have any of the boring fight scenes to break up the lewdness that you want. And it's good. Art style in this is kind of subpar. Even compared to the normal manga. But it doesn't really bother me. And of course, in Testament of Sister New Devil, there's not any actual sex. It's just like groping and stuff like that. So that's kind of a downside, but it really doesn't detract from it any. It's still good. So yeah, I think I'm a fan of this more because I have seen both seasons of the anime and the movie. I haven't read, like I said, I've only read the first volume of the original series, so I don't really know if there's any ecchi scenes in it, but yeah, this one's pretty good. There are only 5 volumes, but you know, it's got all the great girls in it. Mio, whatever her fucking sister's name is, it's not even really her sister, it's her helper, I guess. Zest, the blue-haired girl, the other blue-haired girl. It's good. It's a fun time, you know. And at number 2, it's a more recent release. Please put them on Takamine-San. This one combines 2 of my favorite things, ecchi and time travel. So the plot of this is, she's the goody two-shoes. She's perfect at everything. Classwork, sports, everything. Everything she does, she's good at. And our male protagonist, I think it's late after school or lunch or whatever, but he catches her in the gym storage room without, like, taking her underwear off. And he's like, what the hell? What the fuck is the class rep / president doing fucking stripping in the school gym storage room? She's some kind of voyeur? What? And it turns out that she has the ability to, anytime she fucks up the smallest amount, she can take her panties off and at the use of said panties, go back to any, I think it's, she can redo any moment she wants. I think it's within the day. Like, She can't do it and go back several years. Now, the two caveats to this is, one, she loses those panties. They're used up in the process of doing that. I think it's actually any form of underwear. She can also do a bra, though most of the time it's her panties. And two, if she is spotted by anywhere that she is unaware of them being there, which the male protagonist does, see her doing this in the gym storage room, they are unaffected by the memory wipe when they go back in time. They remember seeing it. So obviously the reason she's perfect is because she's able to just redo anything that she messes up on. So she discovers that he remembers the day prior and asks why she was taking her underwear off. So she forces him to become her closet. So anytime she messes something up, he has to quickly then replace her underwear. And, it gets more and more intense. She'll do it in class, and he's got to fucking, dress her in the middle of class, which you'll just have to read it to find out how that happens. And she's sort of a bitch. This chick is just the worst. But as you read, and I've only read the first two, I think the third one's out, I don't know. As you read, you get more and more character development of her, and why she's doing this, why she wants to be so perfect, and you start to like her a little more. Plus the art is really, really, really good. It's like some high quality ecchi art, which is the reason why it's at number 2. It's fantastic art-wise. The story is also really good, and like I said, I'm a fucking sucker for time travel, even in this smallest form. And it's creative. It's not like the just ability of the writer to think of, I want to do a story of a girl who can take her panties off and time travel. That's fucking crazy. Love it. But yeah, it's really good. I highly recommend it. Check it out. And lastly, at number 1, if you've seen my top 5 anime, this is the first ecchi harem anime I ever watched. So when I found out it only had 1 season, but discovered there were plenty of volumes of the manga, I had to get it. It's Monster Musume. So I think there's 18 volumes of this right now. This is volume 1, of course, featuring Best Girl Mia. And if you don't know what Monster Musume is, it's a monster harem manga series. I mean, boiling it down to its fucking just base components, that's what it is. But it's good. It has the ecchi content, and the art is, it's above average. It's good. They really, the boobs and nipples and stuff, they add the right amount of detail for that. Again, it's a little bit more tame than, say, Booty Royale or Lust Geas, where there's no genitalia or any sex scenes. It's mostly done for comedy, for comedic effect. If you don't know what it is, the main character is it's like a homestay thing. So monster girls come from another world. There's a treaty, where for the monsters to live in normal society, they have to be under the watch of humans, and they have sort of a contract where you can adopt a monster girl and have them live with you. As the series goes on, he keeps adopting more and more monster girls to take care of, and it's a harem it's a harem series, so you've got to have some sort of reason why there's other characters living with the male protagonist. Another stipulation for the contract is that no harm can come from the monster girl. Like, you cannot harm the monster girl, and the monster girl cannot harm any humans. Otherwise, they will be deported, and say if a human harms a monster girl, there's jail time and a fine and all that sort of stuff. It's very endearing. It does have the ecchi moments that you want and love, but all of the characters are really, really good. I don't think there's anyone in the manga that I hate. There are a few characters made out to be villains, but later on, they do the whole Dragon Ball Z thing where they join in for the good. And I think there's 16 volumes of it, so there's plenty of Monster Girl to love. Highly recommend it. My largest series on my shelf by far is Monster Musume, and I don't tire. It isn't boring. 16 volumes in or whatever, and it still hasn't overstayed its welcome. It's still good. So I guess some honorable mentions. They're not on the list, but World's End Harem is okay. It again has actual sex in it, and the art is pretty good, but it also does the NTR thing, and the story just kind of fucking goes way off the rails and gets really ridiculous towards the end, and that's why it didn't even make the list. But it does have good art, plenty of girls. The name is World's End Harem, so you're gonna get a whole gaggle of gals. The elder sister one is also it's really good. That one, the story is fantastic. It's a smaller manga. It actually started out as a hentai doujinshi, and he actually got it. He got publication, so fantastic. It takes each volume that comes out takes forever to actually come out. It's I'm surprised every time a new volume comes out, because it's whoa, it's been a year since the last one, but it's really good. But like I said, it's not really ecchi, so I couldn't put it on the list. Yeah, that's about it. Those were my top 5 ecchi manga. If there are any that I didn't list on this list that you think should have been here or are better than the ones I did list, go ahead and leave them in the comments below. Otherwise, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and check back next time for whatever I do. Bye-bye. What? You can't fuck a nipple.